anybody. So like crazy day, very crazy day. It was very crazy. That's why I call it Trouble Thursdays. I actually have a name for every day of the week. Every day of the week, I have a name for it. At least for the work days. So what is it? Mondays normally I call it Monday Mania or Manic Monday. So that's the name for Mondays because it always seems very hectic when you come back into the office. Then there is Tricky Tuesdays. It could be either way. It could be good or it could be bad. It doesn't really matter. You don't really know like how it's going to be on a Tuesday, the very next day. Wednesdays, I have two names for it: problematic Wednesdays or wacky Wednesdays. Those are the two names. Wednesdays are pretty wacky sometimes, or problematic. It just seems like everyone has problems, or there's always an issue. Trouble Thursday seems like the day before Friday, everything is just so chaotic, and I call it Trouble Thursdays. And everyone is like, it was just really crazy today. Then Friday's Freaky Fridays. So I always have that for Fridays. What's the other one? Saturdays, I don't think I ever came up with a name for Saturday. Happy Saturday and Good Sunday. There you go. Because I can't find a name that I can put in front of there that goes with S or goes along with this. So Happy Saturdays and then Good Sundays. There you go. Be the name for them too. And but today was just hectic. It was just problem after problem, issue after issue, crazy. I mean, I was dealing with a lot of difficult cases today. I mean, it was something else. I had one person, they were yelling and screaming. I had to really calm them down. It was just a lot, you know? It was a lot. I mean, and I understand when you're not feeling good and you're sick and you're in pain, you're not going to be happy. You know what I mean? You're going to be upset. Now, you guys see me trying to get in and then sit here and try to jot in front of me real quick when you see I'm in front of you. I don't know. But yeah, back to saying, yeah, so, when people are sick and they're not feeling good and they're not doing good with their life or, anything in pain, especially, they're going to be in a really bad mood. And I had no idea that the guy was in the hospital. You know what I mean? He was in the hospital and he was screaming, he was angry, he was crying, and I was trying to calm him down, and then I found out that, he got injured while, being in the hospital. I said, ooh. And of course, he had other things going on that he personally discussed with me that, I won't talk about on here, but, it was just really not good. So, I calmed him down, and talked to him and, told the doctors what's been going on. And it was a lot because at first he was just angry, and I don't blame him after what I've heard and found out. So, it's a lot when you're dealing with the public, people, especially in the medical field. You deal with a lot of different kinds of personality types, people with mental illnesses, people all sorts of problems. And you just, I've learned how to kind of, how to put it, like come numb almost to anger and people, like, being in a bad mood. When I say numb, I don't mean that, that I necessarily don't feel nothing. I'm sitting like this, like if it's outside of the hospital and I'm dealing with negativity and people, that's different. Like, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when people are, like, I have empathy, but when people are like angry and they are, they have like a lot of issues mentally, or they're going through something and stuff like that, and they're leashing out, I'm better able to kind of like numb out my feelings at that moment. And I guess it's because like you're feeling more empathy for them. And when I say, and I don't want people to think when I say numbing out my emotions, that means that I don't feel nothing for people. No. When I say numbing out my emotions means like not letting anger reflect back on me where I'm getting angry or I'm getting frustrated. It's more like I numb that part of myself at that moment. And it's like I'm starting to learn how to do that, where I shut off my emotions and listen to the patient and put the attention to them, where I don't get so frustrated. You know, it's more like you have empathy for them. You keep the focus more on them. You don't think too much about, you know, your stress levels or anything. You just become numb at that moment. It's like you don't feel anything at that time. You don't feel anything until you get off work, you sit in the car like me. And you're just like, oh man, that was a lot. But at the moment, it's kind of like this when you go through shock or something, right? And you don't feel anything at the moment, although your body's, you know, is probably going through a really great stress response. You don't realize how stressed you are at that moment or how shocked you are because you don't feel anything at that moment. You know, it's not until later on you start feeling the effects of that shock or what you've gone through. So now I'm sitting in my car and I'm like, oh man, today was that dealing with, you know, the guy screaming and, you know, and yelling and, you know, yesterday was, at the end of the day, was pretty problematic because we had somebody who had some issues as well in there. I don't work in a psych ward, just so you know. I work in urology, but, you know, you're going to deal with different kinds of people. So, yeah. You know, there are people out there that are pathological liars, you know, and they start making up things and they're talking to you. You don't know what's real and what's not real, and you got to investigate things, and it can be very stressful. You know what I mean? So, you know, I had a situation like that where I had to, you know, I was trying to link up everything, trying to make sense of everything because the person kept changing up so many different things. And I had to really look into, you know, every conversation and see and align everything up. Oh boy. Oh gosh, but yeah, but I think today I'll beat the week, and hopefully tomorrow won't be as dramatic. Call it Freaky Fridays. You know, it seems like I don't know. I just have a name for every day. Make humor out of it, you know. But some days could be worse than others. I know Mondays and Thursdays seem to be like, I don't know why it is. Always seems to be hectic on those 2 days. Even with traffic, I can tell you right now, the best days of the week with traffic is on Friday. It's like hardly ever bad, other than that one time when I was driving. I think I was on a live stream and I was shocked because I was like, it's Friday. I'm kind of shocked, like, you know, that you know, we have some traffic, and that's because there was an accident that day. But other than that, most of the time Fridays are beautiful. The traffic flows nice. It's never traffic. Like coming into work, I get to work on time, no problem. Even earlier. Thursdays, forget it. It's traffic, boom, 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 back to back. There's always something wrong. I don't know what it is, you know. Mondays, same thing, you know. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are okay, you know. Thursdays could be really hectic all the time, and Fridays are always smooth sailing. That's how it always is. It's like a pattern I notice. But if I don't look at the chat, it's because I'm driving and I'm on a very busy highway. I gotta stay focused. But I gotta stop at a store and get some things, so I'll probably look at it then when I stop. Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely go home and make a quick dinner. I'm thinking most likely I'm gonna want to eat maybe some grilled salmon. Grilled salmon sounds good right about now. And maybe a side of vegetables or something, because I had a really big lunch today. And I feel full. Yeah, you know, that coffee's calling my name. I need to go buy some creamer, and then I'll make some coffee for later on, because I do want to do a Bible study session later tonight. Um, if I can, I would like to do it around like 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock hitting, and then that way it gives me 30 minutes before bedtime, and I could do that. I wanted to do one on the heavens and the earth, and I said I wanted to do it yesterday, but I got home so late after seeing the nephews, and we didn't get a chance to go skating. By the way, we were supposed to go skating yesterday when I stopped there, but my sister couldn't go, or so she had the baby, and I don't know if anyone was there to really watch the baby while we go skating, because we don't like to go public places too much with the baby there, and there's no one around. Too many bad people out there. So I took the boys to Chili's. We did go to do that. So I have to look for another day to come out and do the skating, whatever day works for them. And then Saturday, I work Saturday too. I got to see the baby. I have her during the day, during the morning, afternoon, and then after that, I gotta go to work after that. Not for too many hours, and then I come home, and then I gotta take care of my duties at home. So I wanted, I would have gone out probably if I could, but I've just got too much going on. I've been wanting to go to a museum, but it's just every weekend is always something. It's busy. Maybe in another 2 weeks from now, maybe I'll go to a nice museum or something. And I've been dreading it. I've been needing to see my friend. I haven't seen her in like a couple of months now, and she's probably wondering where I'm at, but I've been so busy. And she lives like 45, 50 minutes away from me. And so I got to find a day to see her. It's just that every time I turn around, there's just something going on. And you only get, 48 hours a week, and if you got work and things to do, you've hardly got any time left to yourself, Oh boy, everyone lives so far away. See, it's different if she was to live next to me, like in the same town, and she was like right next to me at the moment, then I could be like, hey, what's up, whatever, and see her for like an hour or two and then go home. But I can't do that. I can't even do that 3 times a week, She doesn't live next to me. And with the busy schedule that I have, it's hard to just whenever I want to see them. People say, oh, if you want to make time for people, you will make it. That's true, but to an extent, though. Like, you'll make time, but it won't be on their time. It's, you'll find time maybe when it's like a month or 2 later, or like maybe on the phone for like 30 minutes. It won't be the time they're looking for, Like I said, unless they were your neighbor and you can see them for like an hour at their house or something, or 30 minutes like throughout the week, not every day, because you got enough to do as it is when you get off from work, But if they were your neighbor, you would at least be able to visit them like once or twice a week, through your busy schedule. But yeah, there's a lot of people that, there's a lot of people out there that, if they're not as busy as you are and they don't work and their priorities are different, they wouldn't probably understand that, depending on their lifestyle, what they do. Some people, they don't work as hard, and then they are mad if you don't have that kind of time that they have for you. And it's like, well, you don't work full time. That was a problem I had with my former friend. At one point, I remember she would live at home. She wasn't married. She didn't have children. She didn't have to take care of no man or husband, you know what I mean? She didn't live on her own. She lived at home with her mom. Lived at home with her mother. Her mother did her laundry, cooked dinner every day. Even as an adult, she didn't have to pay nearly as half the bills that I had to pay. And I had to do it on my own at one point. At one time, my husband wasn't working at one point of his life. I mean, now he's working. It's been 3 years now, about to be going on 4. But, if there was a time he wasn't. And I was doing everything. And so, I was busy. I was working at the old job with my coworker there at the time at the DGI field. You would get off of work late. So, a lot of times, I get off of work, it's like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I'm like tired. I'm like, oh, man. I'll get in that car. Just call on my phone. Hey, you on your way here? I'm going to go home real quick. I will get there. I'll text you when I leave from home. And it's like, you know, you could tell she was a little annoyed. But it's like, I told you that I can't give you a time. I've always made it clear that, you know, if you want to hang out, fine, maybe twice a week, but it's going to have to be a little later. You're going to need to give me some time. I just got home from work. You know, oh, okay, all right. What time do you leave? It could be at any time. We don't have a set time. Because my last job, I'm telling you, we did like an 8-man job in that place. And then you had to review charts at the end of the day and call patients back. And you didn't get, and sometimes be on the phone with the insurance company up to like 7 o'clock, 6, 7, depending on which insurance company you called. It was crazy. In the other private office, they would stay there till like 9 o'clock. Dealing with pre-certs. So, you know, you're talking about a busy life. So when you deal with somebody who life doesn't align with yours, it could be an issue sometimes. And so she didn't get it. Like, you know, you live at home, you got a mom to cook for you, to do your laundry, clean the house. You don't have to worry about anything. All you have to worry about is your car insurance, your car payment is you're all paid off. You don't have to pay big time rent. You know, she was getting charged $200 rent, but then it went to a point where she wasn't paying at all. I was like, you got easy peasy. And she would complain so much about things. And you'd be like, you know, girl, if you don't stop complaining, you know, shoot, I'll give you something to complain about, you know? But she didn't understand that. Like, I had a very busy life and I can't make any promises to you. It's more of, I will see you when I see you. My other friend of 20 years, on the other hand, understands that because even though she doesn't work, she's a stay-at-home full-time mother. She has an older daughter. You know, she turned 20? She'll be 20 this year. Yep, because she was born in 2006. I remember. So she would be 20 years old this year. But she still lives at home, you know, and she has her younger son who is going to be 8, is autistic. So, you know, he's a lot of work. And she's at home all day taking care of all the bills and payments that her man, he's at work, and she's calling up places, all these errands, cleaning, doing things, trying to train her kids, trying to do all sorts of stuff. So, you know, she's the type that's very introverted as well, and she likes a lot of space to herself. And she's like, I'm busy, I got my kids, I got the responsibilities, I got all these things going on around me. I can't find time to always run out and see people. But that's why, you know, me and her, we have a very good understanding of each other. Although she don't work full-time, she works full-time in other ways. And actually, she's actually a true full-time worker because she's a mother. You know, once you have kids, that's it. You're on the clock 24/7, okay? That is just it, okay? You know, you know, it's hard, you know? And I don't need to have kids to understand that one. I took care of 2 nephews and a niece, and I know exactly, have a glimpse of it, of how it's like. Last year with my sister, when I had to help out with the baby every day, because, you know, she had complications during the birth. I had to be there, and I had to go over the house. It was a lot of work, and I'm very happy I did that. You know, I'm very honored. But I had a glimpse. I got a reality check with all 3 of those kids. Okay. So I know, I can only imagine, like, that's a 24/7 job. That's a lifetime job. You never stop being a mother. You know, your kids turn 18 and they may move out of the house, but they still, you know, it's still a responsibility. Like, they're still your kids. They still somebody that calls your phone when something happens. Mommy, I need money. Mommy, I'm going through something. Mommy, I need a place to stay. And you still got to deal with all the stresses of your kids, even when they're 25, 30 years old. Mom, I need money for a car. Can you just blah, blah, blah? You're like, oh, man. Okay, yeah, they have kids. Now you take care of their kids. Mom, I'm pregnant. Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. Oh, yeah, I need you to help me with the baby. I need to get some job. That's a lot of work. That's a full-time job. Hi, Colin. How you doing? Sorry if I was delayed on my response. I'm like sitting here keeping my eyes on the road because I'm on this busy road highway. I'm gonna stop at the store over here because I have to get some creamer for my coffee because I'm gonna have that tonight for sure, and I'm gonna need a glass of wine after today. Man, today was tough. How you doing, Colin? But yeah, so that's a lifetime responsibility, But when somebody don't have that, they don't have kids, they don't got a husband, they don't got a house to take care of, they got their mother doing everything for them. Guess what? They think that okay, because of all this time, everyone else has it. And it's like, no, I know everyone doesn't have all that time. Everyone does not have all that time, Everybody's time is different, And so they don't understand that. They just think like, oh, I have all this time in the world. You must have this time. No, we don't. you know, you don't understand. Somebody I was talking to, she has a friend, right? I won't mention any names, but she has a friend, right? That now this friend of hers does work, right? This friend doesn't have children. She don't have a man or husband or nothing. She lives on her own alone. She's older, in her 60s, right? But the person I know is around my age, and she has kids, and she has a man to take care of, and bills and work and everything like that, right? So it seems like the person, this 6-year-old friend of hers, because we don't look at age and try to judge things, but she don't understand that her life and her priorities are different than her priorities in life. It is like she don't respect the boundaries. She don't understand why when she calls, you always got kids in the background, right? And the person I know, right? She was like, excuse me, yes, if you're gonna call me, expect to hear kids in the background because I'm a mom. She told her as it is. She didn't like, well, let me I'll just go then. So it like just passive aggressively acts like you inconvenienced her because you called her out on her shit. Like, sorry, but I'm a mom. I have 3 kids, and you can't expect me to put my kids and shut them up in a room so I can sit here and talk to you the whole time about stupid when I talk and gossip about somebody and want to feel better about yourself. She was that kind of person that felt she was higher than other people and talked about other people. So, she'll get mad when you're like, oh, okay, yeah. I got to go now, I got to take care of the kids. They're crying. They want to eat. And it's like she didn't respect the fact that the person has a family and children in her life and different priorities than she does. When you call me, can you just call me at a time when you're not around? She's like, I have my kids around all the time. So it's either that or just text me. And she didn't like it. She was like, she does that sound, the way she explained it so funny. It's like, what do you expect, huh? Like she's supposed to just be available for you 24/7? Like, no, she freaking works and she has a family and kids come home to. You come home to nothing. So you got too much time on your hands, So I feel like a lot of times they got too much time on their hands and they just don't understand that their priorities are different than yours and that your time is different than yours. Yes, Colin, I'm doing good. It's okay. I just got here. It's been really hot the last 3 days. It's been 29 degrees, and it was 35 in parts here today. The elderly was told to stop at home for safety reasons. Ooh. You guys do your temperature like Celsius, right? If I'm not mistaken. So, it's I'm good, Colin. It's been a very tough day at work. It's a lot dealing with the public, dealing with people. You're dealing with a lot of people with, a lot of mental issues and different things, and people screaming and yelling. You gotta, calm them down and stuff. It could be a lot. It's a lot. They can really drive you off the wall, but you eventually become so numb to it after a while. But you don't realize how much it gets to you until the end of the day when you sit in your car and you really are relaxed. And you're just sitting there and you're just like, oh boy, I'm going to have some coffee and some wine later. I just can't have 2 glasses of wine anymore until I get clearance. I don't know when that ever will be. Because, when you have one kidney, you can only drink so much. I'm tired as well. Today I'm going to have an early night. Oh, cool, Colin. Yes. Oh, boy. I mean, I gotta, you know, I gotta go and cook some dinner. But I'm gonna make a quick dinner because I really need to relax, and I really want some time with the Lord. And I think around 9 o'clock, I'm gonna do a Bible study, but it's gonna be like a 30-minute because I don't really have a lot of time, so limited. But I figure I have the chat room on now. Ugh, I get some stuff from out of the shopping center over there. Ugh. Like my badge? Yeah, that's me. They don't put my last name on it, so it's good. It's just P, I like that because I don't want nobody in there knowing my last name. My other badge does, so that's why I always take it off before you come on streams. Ugh. Thanks, Colin. That's the good Lord keeping me well. Seriously, he's the one that gives me strength, man. I tell you, I don't know what I would do, honestly. If I didn't have God in my life, man. Seriously, I would have gone crazy a long time ago. I seriously would have been a mental case, man. Sure. God is my strength. And I just try to take care of myself, take care of my health, eat healthy, pray always, take walks, self-talk. They say self-talk is really good. That was something that, recently during my recent training courses here at the hospital, they had us going to off-site, and they were saying how self-talk is some ways people relieve stress or relieve themselves a lot. And that's me. I'm the type of person that likes to draw, do dancing, or I have to be moving around. If I sit in one area, I think too much because I'm a thinker in general. You ever seen that statue? It's called The Thinker, and there's a man sitting there. That's me. I literally just think too damn much sometimes. I go deep in thinking. I be thinking too deep sometimes to the point where I'll be forming up ideas in no time. I be trying to dissect the situation. That's me. Like things happen and I just can't let it go. I have to dissect it. That's the type of person I am. I have to dissect it and kind of understand a situation and make sense of it. And that's the type of person I am. So a lot of times it could be something happened chaotic. It could be a situation with me and someone else, and I'll dissect the whole person, their actions, the things they say, dissect every last thing they do. And I have to make sense of it and say, oh, I put that too. And I really do be figuring things out about people, like a lawyer almost, putting puzzle pieces together. I have figured out what it is. Okay, I didn't think of it this way. And I be sitting there for hours upon end, just sitting there deep thinking. That's me. We sometimes wake up on a morning time where God get us through the day with his love and everything. Yes, he does. That's the first thing that, that I always try and always pray to remember to pray to God first. When I get up in the morning, before I do anything, to the best of my ability, always pray to God first. First thing. Because at the end of the day, that's who we live for. We live for the Lord. At least I know I do. That's my purpose. That's who I live for. If it ain't for him, then I don't want to live, because ain't no point of living if you ain't got God. He created us. He's our spouse in heaven. The Bible, he is our God. Hi, Kevin. How's it going? Oh my gosh, this has been such a long time. What's going on, Kevin? Oh, long time no see. Oh boy, what's happening? What's up? Happy mid 2026. We're already going to be hitting into July. I can't believe it, how fast this year has gone by. I'll be 37 this year, in October? So it's late June, July, August, September. Yeah, three months and like 10 days, just about. I'm estimating. So that's going by pretty quick. Yes, Kevin, I'm doing good. How about yourself? Oh boy. It's good seeing you guys. I know, Kevin. It's just going by so fast. When we met, I mean, that's probably like going back way back. I was like, what, 27, 28? Yeah. I was 27 going on 28 years old. Yep, Kevin, that working will really make things go by fast. Like the days just go by so super duper fast. And you're just like, oh my gosh. I mean, just that's like a whole decade, Kevin. Whole decade passed. I'll be 40 in no time. I'm gonna have a big 40th birthday though. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, hope we're still, I decide, I'm like, okay, I'm getting older, maybe another year and a half, 2 years, maybe I'll give it a try if we have a house. I don't want to have a baby if we don't have a house. So I'm like, if then we will try, we'll try to make a mini me. Even yet, I'm still worried about that. But I mean, we'll give it one try. You was a little bitty. Yes, I was a little bubba. I was in my diapers at the time. Had a bubba. Oh boy. Yes, I was little. I have videos of from going back that far. It's amazing, like how much, like when you look back at your younger self, like how much you change over time, like in the sense of maturing. Your values, the things that you used to believe, the things that used to bother you don't bother you so much anymore. I think I've became a lot more assertive. I'm not as nice as I used to be, I'm more kind than ever. But it's just amazing. Like, every decade passes, you're like, I remember back, 10 years ago when I used to do this, or this used to bother me. And now, you get older and the things that used to bother you don't bother you anymore. I don't know why that is, though. Yes, I gotcha. What you been up to? You still going to the chats? Yeah. Yeah, so much goes by so fast. If I do have a birthday party, I want to have a disco ball. I want to dress up like I'm in the 70s. I want to have my hair in a big blown out afro and then tap dances shoes and a romper outfit. I want to look like I'm in the 70s. Maybe some platforms, you know. I think we have known each other for about 6 years or maybe longer. I don't get on here that much. Oh, okay. You same thing with you, Kevin. Yeah. About 6 or 7 years, I'm going to say. Yeah. I don't blame you though, Kevin. I mean, it's not good to be on the internet too much anyways, Sometimes you just have to walk away and just breathe, relax, just enjoy nature, you know? Me, all I do is same as you are, work, work, work. All work and no play. That's it. This is my playtime right now. After this, then I go home, I cook, and then the day goes by so fast, and you're like, "Gee, as soon as you know it, bedtime." And then, have you talked? Oh yeah, I talked to EQ. Yes, I think the last time it was last week. I had a chat room, a Bible study chat room, and he was there. I do text him and stuff. I'm going to say good night and God bless. Oh, I will catch up soon with you. Sorry, I can't stay. No, you're good, Colin. You don't have to apologize. You get some sleep, Colin. You got to take care of your mental health and spiritual health. and physical health too, you know? People don't realize, like, when you don't get your sleep, your brain, it shrinks. Yeah. It's good. It's not good to not get your sleep. Well, yeah, Colin, you don't have to apologize. I understand. I love my sleep too, you know? I haven't talked to him in a few months. Yeah, he's been, you know, we haven't really done any streams. I think we have one set up for Sunday though. Me and EQ do. It's supposed to be for part 2 of AI. And so, you know, because we haven't really done it in a while, because I've gotten so busy, he's gotten so busy, and so much things have changed over the past like year. So many different changes. Nothing bad, like, you know, they're, you know, not like for the most part, but you know, like, you know, life changes and priorities and time schedules. You know, so Sunday we're gonna actually do this stream, and so it's gonna be part 2 to AI history, and then we're gonna do one maybe article on something that's currently going on that relates to technology. And I have one, but I don't want to ruin it. I want to wait till we actually do the stream. So when that day comes, we'll have it all set up and ready to go. 99, Colin. I love you. Come on, Colin. Yeah. Yeah, so he'll be on, but he just doesn't do that because, you know, he's been so busy with other things and hobbies and stuff like that. His family. Oh yes, Kevin. I hope you can. I hope you can join us. It would be so nice to have you there, and you know, because it's nice to have all the good peeps around and talk and have conversations, and you know, we like all that genuine bond, you know. So you're a genuine soul, and Colin too. So not everybody's genuine on these streams, you know. A lot of bad peeps in the mix, but you know, we try to avoid them as much as we can. That's part of, you know, like part of the reason to why I refrained a lot from a lot of live chats, especially back then. I used to let people onto the panel and stuff like that to talk, and you know, I even at one point used to let people settle their disagreements, but I started realizing nobody wants to settle anything. People just want to escalate things. So it's like, okay, I don't want to do that no more. And then it, you know, it just got so crazy to the point it was just too personal. It's okay, I got to stop all of this, and I'm going to start pulling away. And you know, then it got to the point where, you know, of course I started growing my relationship with God more over the years, you know, and wanting to start telling people more about the Lord. And you know, I want to be focused, you know, so I just you know, I try not to have too many chat rooms when I'm doing that. And then I like the blogging, it's really good too. And then of course I would have more chat rooms like twice a month, but you know, it depends. I'm like I'll give it a try, you know, and see what happens. He said, Kevin, he said, try to be. Oh, I like that you're trying. You know, but if I see some people and they're coming in, they trying to do drama and all that stuff, you know, me, I'm the type of person, I don't like to vocalize nothing no more. I'm like, you should know what to expect. You should know I'm anal. Candy, Mama Candy, remember that word, I'm anal. Anal, zero tolerance, and don't have patience. And I'm like, and if I see the drama, I'm just gonna be like, that's it. I'm going to bed. I'll see you in another 3 months. And that's it. I don't want to do no blocking. I mean, other than, you know, if it's someone I don't know, but if it's people I know and they're all like having these drama mamas and all this chaotic stuff going on, I'm going to be like, nah, guess what, guys? I'm going to bed. Good night. I'll see you in another 3 to 6 months. What? I won't have no chat room. I'll just have the stream running. That's me now. I don't want to do no blocking. I'm just too tired to do that. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. That's me now. Oh my God, I don't even give one breath. I don't even give it a minute. It's just like, that's it. Oh boy. Oh my God. I guess that's what happens when you get older. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness, Kevin. I'm glad I got you to laugh. Well, that means you had a good laugh, right? Oh boy. Oh, I'm telling you, I mean, like my mind just be, I'm telling you, my mind be out in left field sometimes, you know? Oh gosh, I hope we can definitely have some, we're going to have some good laughs on Sunday. We got a lot to talk about this AI stuff, man. It's just getting wild, man. It really is. You know, all this stuff they're doing. I mean, we're going to be talking a lot about the sex robots and all these things they got going on out there. You know, it's crazy, you know? It's going to be like a series back with this topic. It is. You know, there's another thing he gave me an idea. I want to say it on here because it was his idea, and I don't want to put his ideas out there without his permission. So one of them, it's a little off of AI, but is another good one to talk about. So you know, we're definitely going to try to make time to do that. But yeah. Kevin, I'm gonna go inside the store. Oh my gosh, so good to see you. I'm so glad to see you. You take care of yourself, Kevin. I'm gonna tell EQ I saw you, and that you're gonna try to. It's not a guarantee that you're gonna try to make it Sunday for the stream. Oh yeah, Kevin, it's crazy, man. I'm telling you, all this stuff that they doing with this AI robots and stuff. They got them making moves that your old man or woman can't do. I'm telling you, they got them doing all sorts of stuff now. It's crazy. I'll see you, Kevin. Okay, possibly Sunday. If not, I'll try to make another stream. And if it seems like people are behaving, as people seem chilled and all, maybe I'll have a panel, like, you know, once a month or something, you know. We'll see. I'll take care, Kevin, okay? You take care of yourself. Happy Thursday, and have a good weekend if I don't see you. All right? Take care of yourself. Bye.